Hey y'all, happy new year. So I have a word and I'm probably going to break this up into two parts. So my last word was Esther, you're about to be crowned. Now God is saying, Esther, you're about to take off. And the way that he gave this to me, right? And just stick with me, y'all, because God is deep and there's always a bunch of different components, but I promise I'm going to tie it all up together by the end of it. So I had a vision and there was a mouth that was just like vomiting trash, all kinds of junk. And I'm going to insert a picture just so y'all can have a visual. Here it goes right here. Okay, so that picture was kind of visual of the vision that I have. And this is what God says. The oil is already on you. Your spirit has matured beyond what your habits can sustain. What is coming to you cannot be carried by yesterday's habits. If it all came to you right now, could you be successful in stewarding it well? Okay, so God is saying that you are in purpose. You're not waiting to get into purpose. Like, you are in purpose right now, especially if He have you starting a business, a social media, a TikTok, a ministry, whatever. If He has you actively pursuing your purpose right now, you're operating out of purpose, then this message is for you. You are in purpose right now. So there is no more time for preparation. It's action time. It's go time right now, because He's about to breathe on whatever project that you have. It's going to take off. You're about to be really busy, and you need to be able to run your race well, right? You have to have energy to make appearances, to appear on podcasts, to do interviews, because people are going to want to know, how do you know all of these things? People are going to know where you got that business idea from. People are going to want coaching from you. Like, you're about to be in demand. So God needs you to be ready. And I know He gave me this word last week, so I'm just now recording it. But since then, I have tried to make an effort to meal prep. I haven't been to the gym yet, but like, He's saying you're about to take off. So there's no more time for preparation. Like, this is the time to instill new habits and to start taking your health and wellness serious, because He's not playing no more. This is what He said to me, so I'm gonna tell it to you. So there is wisdom that God is giving you to impart. There are words, because I'm not the only prophet, right? There are words that He's given some of you to release. There are social medias that He's told you to start and you haven't started them yet. That's for somebody. And so procrastination is something that He's really big on. Slothfulness, laziness, these are all things that can take a purpose, right? Can derail you from your destiny and your blessings and your promises. And there are also people tied to your purpose. So if you're not doing what you're called to do, then people are lacking direction and guidance from God, because not everybody hears from God. Not everybody has the ability to hear from God. So a big part of your assignment is releasing what He's giving you, so that people are not missing out on what He's trying to get them to do also. Okay, so I don't know if y'all remember, but in my last Esther word, I told y'all that I lost 30 pounds last year and I gained them all right back. So God takes us from glory to glory, but there is a persistence and consistency that He wants to develop and grow in us, so that when you gain a momentum, you don't retreat, right? You just keep the momentum going and going and going. That's why faithfulness is so important. That's why patience and long suffering is so important, because God needs you to develop an attitude of voluntary obedience, but He also wants you to be able to maintain that, because if you maintain obedience, then you're maintaining alignment, and when you maintain alignment, then blessings can flow, right? So the Bible verse that God gave me was Jeremiah. It's really the whole chapter 35, but I'm just gonna read a little bit of it. Y'all can go back and read the whole thing if you want to, but chapter 35 talks about the Rechabites. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but God sent Jeremiah the the prophet to go and invite the Rechabites to dinner because he wanted to use them as an example of obedience. Judah was a part of the 12 tribes of Israel, which means they were under the Abrahamic covenant, right? So they were a part of generational blessings and inheritances. The Rechabites were not under the Abrahamic covenant, but they were more obedient than God's chosen people. For 200 years, the Rechabites obeyed a command given by an ancestor. So for 200 years, from generation to generation, the Rechabites obeyed the command of no drinking wine ever. They never had a drink of wine, and they were to be nomads. They were never going to have a permanent place of residency. They were always going to be moving around. And for 200 years, they obeyed this command given by one ancestor. They had generational obedience. So I'm just going to read a little bit of it, right? So this is God telling the prophet Jeremiah, go to the Rechabite family and invite them to come to one of the side rooms of the house of the Lord and give them wine to drink. So, and I'm going to paraphrase y'all. Jeremiah went and he got the whole family. So he brings the whole family. I brought them into the house of the Lord, and I set bowls full of wine and some cups before the Rechabites and said to them, drink some wine. But they replied, we do not drink wine, because our forefather Jehonadab gave us the command, neither you nor your descendants must ever drink wine. Also, you must never build houses, sow seed, or plant vineyards. You must never have any of these things, but must always live in tents. Then you will live a long time in the land where you are nomads. Okay. So, and I'm jumping down to verse 13. This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Go and tell the people of Judah and those living in Jerusalem, will you not learn a lesson and obey my words? Declares the Lord. Jehonadab, son of Rechab, ordered his descendants not to drink wine, and this command has been kept. To this day, they do not drink wine because they obey their forefathers' command. Then Jeremiah said to the families of the Rechabites, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. You have obeyed the command of your forefather, Jehonadab, and have followed all his instructions, and have done everything he ordered. Therefore, this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Jehonadab, son of Rechab, will never fail to have a descendant to serve me. Okay, so now I'm going to bring it home, right? So this is not a message about not drinking wine. God don't care if you drink wine, right? This is a message of obedience. You went through all of your training. You went through all your wilderness season. There are habits and lessons that you were taught to prepare you for a season of success. And a lot of us have retreated just because, I know for me, it was kind of hard to get back into an obedient place, just because I was kind of mad at God for a little bit because the wilderness season just drug on a little too long for me, right? So I was kind of rebellious in a sense. Like, I just wanted to eat what I wanted to eat. I just felt like, what's the point? And I'm just being honest, because a lot of us felt the same way. But I love the gym. I love working out. I love the energy that comes from working out. I love how I feel when I eat better. So I know that these are things that I need to do, but it's sometimes it's easier said than done. But God honors obedience, right? So he's trying to get you somewhere. And whether you like it or not, the blessings are coming. Like literally right now, chasing you down. There are opportunities chasing you down. There are deals and offers coming to you right now. So this is not something that can be stopped. It's already been released. So God is trying to be a good father and prepare you, right? So that chapter 35 is really just honoring the obedience and showing how seriously that God takes faithfulness. Even when the instruction comes from human authority, right? There are going to be mentors and former leaders that he's going to be sending to you. And if you can't obey instruction now, how can he trust you to obey instruction when they show up, right? Consistency over time matters to God. The Rechabites didn't obey occasionally. They obeyed for 200 years. They obeyed for generations. So God rewards not momentary obedience, but long-term faithfulness. And that's something that he's trying to build in us. Living set apart isn't about one decision. It's about daily discipline. Come on, somebody. And also, God rewards faithfulness with legacy. So, like I said before, the Rechabites weren't even a part of the Abrahamic covenant. But because they were so faithful and obedient, they were blessed. God blessed them. The promise in verse 19 is not a wealth of land, but of continuity in spiritual service. God told them, you will never fail to have a descendant to serve me, right? He's honoring obedience through preserving their lineage and their purpose. And that sometimes we think the monetary blessings is the big gift, but it's really preserving your bloodline. So this is opportunities not only for you, but for your children and your children's children, for, you know, all down the line. So your obedience today can protect your children, your grandchildren, and your future impact. So, key takeaways. God watches how you honor instruction. Discipline is spiritual protection. Obedience builds generational covering. And obedience brings covering. Disobedience brings consequences. He's been preaching lately. God sees the quiet no's, right? It's not always easy to do what he's asking you to do, but everything he asks us to do is because he loves us. Some of the purposes that he is sending y'all into, like, you haven't even seen the half of what he's about to do. The way that he's about to bless your life, you and your family's life, like the Bible verse that says, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. You don't even know what's in store. And he just needs you to be able to be well and healthy enough to enjoy it, right? If you're always running to the doctor, then that pulls you out of alignment because you cannot maintain your purpose and serve the people that he's called you to. So I know this is for somebody, because it was definitely for me. But I love y'all so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, y'all, let me give you one more Bible verse, because this was also part of the confirmation. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. So it says, be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though the going is rough for a while down here. These trials are only to test your faith, to see whether or not it is strong and pure. It is being tested as fire tests gold and purifies it. And your faith is far more precious to God than your mere gold. So if your faith remains strong after being tried in the test tube of fiery trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day of his return. You about to get glory and honor right now. God is saying the glory and honor is here right now. So he needs you to be ready for it, okay? So I hope that blessed y'all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.